There was one scene in particular that got cut that Rudy and JD had some of the funniest banter, and it's when we're in the Twinkie and we're going to the graveyard where my grandmother is buried. And there was one bit in particular where Rudy and JD were going back and forth, fully improv. Like, this was just a conversation that turned into like, hey, we need to roll cameras on this. And it was a conversation about who would win in a fight. Would it be Clifford the Big Red Dog or Godzilla, and why? It went on for like 15 minutes straight, and Bo, our camera operator, is stuck in the back like one of these numbers. And I could not keep my shit together. Like, it was the funniest thing. And then after that, they're probably going to kill me for saying this, but they were like going back and forth about Caillou and how they believe that Caillou is the spawn of Satan, and so mean the entire show. And I literally had to look at Bo and I was like, just don't point the camera at me. Like, I'm driving the car, I'm full tears listening to them, and me and Key are sitting in the front seat just in hysterics at this. And they're just back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And so I'm so bummed it didn't make the cut, but like, I can't wait for the bloopers to come out.
I was just going to say, release the deleted scenes.
It's obnoxious, like some of these takes.
It's absolutely obnoxious. It's so funny, too, because it would be like 3, 4 a.m. and Rudy would be going back and forth. And it's so funny. And they don't stop.
Yeah.
And like, ever. And so like sometimes at like 3 or 4 a.m. you're laughing, but you're also crying a little bit because you're like, please get it together. Yeah. Like, I want to go home.
Please shut the fuck up. All those guys are hilarious.
JD and I have this inside joke. It was it was a scene on the porch where like John P brings Sarah to the Pogues for the first time, and I was trying to be like moody, and it's really hard to be moody when you've got Rudy and JD just going back and forth. And I looked over, and I didn't mean to have an attitude. I was like, do you stop? Do you breathe? And so like they were like, oh yeah, Sarah Cameron's here. And so now it's just this inside joke between JD and I. We're just like, do you stop? Do you breathe? But yeah, no, they are like two Energizer bunnies. They're just like BBs in freight cars. They just
And I think the fans want to see all those videos because obviously we were left on
as much as we possibly can.
And you guys have been great with posting like behind the scenes stuff. Have been really cool to watch. But I mean, the show ended on a major cliffhanger. And if you guys don't get a season 2, Rhea and I and all of our listeners will protest.
I'm going to protest, and so are the Chicks in the Office listeners, because listen, the amount of DMs I have gotten, like, oh my God, I watched this show because you couldn't stop talking about it. And I'm like, Netflix, hello, put me in France season 2. Like, we could just be extras. Like, we'll be in the back drinking. That's all we need.
Party, season 2.
That's it. Yeah. If there's any like big party scene, just toss us. We're great.
We'll drink
parties.
in the back.
I can pass for TV 16.
If I can pass for TV, then y'all are good.